So thank you for returning. We are going to jump right into Back to Me, Read Along. And the next topic we are talking about is relationships. So we're just going to dive right into it. Okay. My perspective on relationships have evolved over time for the better, and I am truly thankful to the Most High for that. Codependency can be damaging if you allow it to be, and boy, oh boy, did I allow it to be. A lot of times in my past, I overlooked things that I knew I didn't deserve. I settled for behavior that didn't align with the truth, with my true self, all out of codependency. It blows my mind to think about it in hindsight, but when you're clinging onto a feeling that's faded, it's challenging to overcome that pain and let go. We're taught to put in the work and fight for the things that you believe in or what you believe in. Society preaches to stand by that certain someone, to be that shoulder that they can cry on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying being a confidant is a bad thing. Like the song says, we all need somebody to lean on. What's more important, however, is to make sure those same qualities are being reciprocated in a healthy, uplifting, and positive way. To know your worth is to know what you deserve, and it's also to know what you won't tolerate. Once my son was born, my focus shifted entirely. I had someone now whose life depended on not only my decisions, but my overall state of being and wellness. If I wasn't quote unquote right from within, how could I be the best parent I knew I was capable of becoming? My son's life aided in bringing that fire back into my soul. I took a good look at myself and began to gain so much clarity. That personal work was transcending for me and still is. I found my way back to myself, to my soul, to my light. My outlook, perspective, and choices are now soul based. I am on a totally different frequency and I move differently, confident in the knowledge that I am being divinely guided towards the things that are aligned with the truths of who I am. That very knowing gives me so much peace to operate throughout life from a place of honesty, love from within, for myself first. Now, I know that what comes into my life is designed for me and will coincide with my growth as a whole being. By grace, I am moving throughout my journey and taking the steps towards what speaks to my soul and what fuels my happiness. That is not only self-mastery in its purest form, that is essential children. Where was I? Okay, that is not only self-mastery in its purest form, that is essential to gaining independence. I think being in a committed relationship or partnership with someone you love is such a beautiful blessing. It's also an investment. It's saying, I honor you, your journey, and your journey. How can I assist you to elevate higher? How can I aid in helping you become the greatest version of yourself? See, a lot of times people come into relationships trying to fill their personal cup, thinking, how can this person make me better? What can they do for me? We are all on a journey in life and love, shifting the dynamic to actually making a commitment to aid in someone's growth in a positive, healthy, loving way is the grandest form of love and life partnership. If you're reading this and you're currently single, take this time to focus on how you can love more of yourself. How can you nurture yourself and what speaks to your personal truths? Become more aligned with yourself. Living in your truth is the best feeling one could ever harness. Although it's an absolute pleasure to share that happiness with someone, you must honor that happiness for yourself and fully understand that you are responsible for said happiness. A partnership should aid to and support that feeling, bringing together two people who are genuinely happy from within and willingly want to share that joy with another is one of life's greatest blessings. If you happen to be in a committed relationship / partnership, it's important to communicate honestly and listen with your heart. Understand one another's vision for their life and ask each other, how can I assist in making your dreams come true? So that's the end of that chapter, and then it goes into a relationship exercise. Before I get into the exercise, I just want to touch on a couple things. I know I said a lot about relationships in terms of being true to yourself, but please know it is no one's responsibility to make you happy. That is not what a relationship is about, and that's a lot to put on one person. To make somebody else responsible for your happiness. No. Respectfully, you have to be responsible for your happiness and be willing to communicate when you're not happy and not search for anything external or anything outside of you to gain that happiness back. It's easier said than done because the world we live in is so consumer based that we subconsciously or unsubconsciously go to the things that are normal, the things that live outside of us, whether it be people, whether it be vices, whether it be anything. But I think it's so important to hone that relationship with yourself and be able to center yourself. That's why I think that meditation is such a great tool, because it gives you a moment to just be still and connect with that higher source and connect with yourself. But okay, so we're going to jump into the exercise portion of the relationship chapter. And the title for the first exercise is, Are You Codependent? Question 1 says, who do you interact with on a daily basis? And this is just designed to make you think about the people that you come in contact with on the daily, whether it be co-workers, family members, anybody, whoever comes to mind, write it down in that space. Number 2, are these individuals inspiring to you, and how? Think about it. Number 3, what have they offered to you to aid in your growth as a person, if they've offered anything? And it doesn't have to be anything tangible, but maybe they offer you encouragement, words of wisdom, and things that, come to mind that you could use when, the going is getting tough, so to speak. Number 4, what have you offered in return? Because universal law is all about sowing seeds, and you get back what you give out. So if somebody is willingly wanting to assist, you should absolutely be willing to do the same. That's how relationships stay healthy, and that's how relationships can blossom and grow. Number 5, are you confident in their presence in your life within the next 5 years? So the people that you interact with, are they going to be around? Do you feel that they're going to be around? Are you unsure? It's something to think about. Because a lot of people could just be around soaking up energy and being distractions and really not being any benefit to you in a healthy way. You know, it's all about progression and making better decisions and choices, and that involves the people that you surround yourself with. Are y'all just killing time doing nothing? Could you be using that time in a more productive manner to get yourself to wherever it is that you desire to be? Number 6 says, do you feel that these individuals are essential to your purpose? So, the things that speak to the truth of who you are, do you feel like the people that you surround yourself with are encouraging those things? Number 7, would you consider these relationships positive, healthy, and helpful? So, are the people that you surround yourself with always talking about the next man's drama, or are they relaxing, soothing, positive? Don't really got to explain too much of that. Anything other than positive, healthy, helpful would 9 times out of 10 be considered toxic. Okay, so that was one of the 3 exercises. Exercise part 2 says, take a moment and think about the relationships you currently have that are a part of your everyday to weekly life. Allow yourself to really feel these individuals individually and internally with your senses. Write down each individual's name that comes to mind. Then, next to their name, write down the emotion you feel associated to them. Keep in mind, these relationships can range from family members to friends to coworkers. So, for example, my son Max. It's a ball of emotions. Right now, it's a little like tiresome, but I love my son. So, but that's something that I would write down. Could it be co-worker? This boy here, he don't want to hear. Yeah. So another relationship, like I said, it could be co-worker. Is that a healthy relationship? How do you feel about that person when you think about it? Okay, and last but not least, part 3 of the relationship exercise is, now that you have completed both of those tasks, take the time to categorize. Now that you have completed both tasks, it's time to categorize your relationships. Below, you are provided 2 sections: the Help Me Grow section or Keep Me Low. And if you are a faithful subscriber to my channel, you know a couple months ago, maybe last summer, I did a video on this topic of helping me grow and keeping me low, and I felt led to do it then, but it was always going to be a part of the book, so you get to see where it comes from. Okay, a relationship that HMG, helps you grow, help me grow, should internally bring a smile to your face. You should ideally feel a sense of warmth when you think of this person. Furthermore, this relationship should be one of giving and receiving. These individuals should give you a sense of reliability and comfort. More importantly, these people should want to, know how they can help you better yourself or encourage you to better yourself, to strive for more out of life. Treasure and be grateful for these people, for those who possess these loving traits. They play a special role in your life and ultimately aid in helping you become the greatest version of yourself. Yeah, okay. So a KML, a keeps me low relationship, is just the opposite of all stated previously. These relationships can be viewed as stressful, drama filled, one sided, or, in a nutshell, toxic. You'll internally or sometimes even physically feel a difference when engaging with these individuals. Do not ignore what your body tells you or feels when associating with a KML person. It's important to know that everything living has energy. Energy is something that is often overlooked in society because life has a tendency to move at a fast pace. Energy is contagious and is constantly being exuded, transmitted, and absorbed. A KML person will deplete your personal energy if you allow them to. Do yourself the favor of disassociating with them for the sake of your personal power and peace. Unfortunately, these folks are often sometimes are sorry. Unfortunately, these folks are oftentimes at war internally with themselves and tend to lash out, communicate, think, and move throughout life in a negative, low vibrating state. My best advice for you is to let go with love. We don't have the power to change others. Excuse me one second. We don't have the power to change others, but sometimes when you choose to make a healthy change for yourself, that action can be a positive example for others to follow. It's important to give space to a KML person when they feel ready and are operating from a peaceful state within themselves. They'll begin to exude their energy in a positive manner. Okay. And there's a chart provided so you can write here. Helps me grow and keeps me low individuals in this space. Hopefully, this is enough space. I don't know. My circle is kind of small, so it don't take much to evaluate my relationships, but to each his own. In conclusion, throughout this book, you'll find pages dedicated specifically to write down your thoughts titled There's Always a Lesson and The Remedies. The There's Always a Lesson, or the acronym TAAL. Pages can be used to record your experiences, challenges, and favorable moments. The remedies, or the REM, as they'll be labeled in the book, are to be used for your experiences, your challenges, and favorable moments, and what they have taught you about yourself. This is a moment for self-reflection. That's what the pages are dedicated for, to elevate and to ultimately grow from. Take a moment to go within and release all current thoughts there. And this is going to be the space provided for them. But that is the conclusion of the relationship chapter. The next chapter is going to be a very, very interesting one, and maybe a little bit controversial, but I'm excited to do it. I won't say what it is. You'll just have to wait and see. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all leave me some feedback in the comments. I hope that this helps, and I hope that you found this interesting. And let me know what you guys want to hear more about in terms of the relationship chapter. And I can do a separate video on whatever comes to mind. But until next time, I'll see y'all.